What's good, my G's? G stands for Gamers. How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? Welcome to the Ignorant Gamer channel, and it is I, your boy Snow. Before I get into the video, I want to say thank you all for checking us out and be subscribed. You know, we got the website, ignorantgamers with a Z.com. You know, we got the Instagram, the Facebook, Tumblr, everything, you know what I mean? So, pick your poison. We're there. Always subscribe to the YouTube channel. And blah blah blah. Welcome to the channel. On with the show. So I saw a headline saying that EA Games is investing free to start console games. And this conversation happened during our earnings call with the CEO Andrew Wilson of EA. And basically their role in the free-to-play game has actually been pretty big if you're on the mobile and PC side. Well, maybe not the PC side, but the mobile side is pretty big. I mean, you probably have the game for free, and then they make the money off the ads and the in-app purchases, blah blah blah. But like, you know, that's the business model. Now, the business model for consoles for free-to-play games, I mean, the real test is really going wild on PlayStation right now with the PS4's PlanetSide, which is coming, with the DC Universe, which was flipped over to free to play. Then you have Loadout, was just made it there. There's the H1Z1 game that'll be coming who knows when. Then you got the infamous Warframe, which I encourage anyone and everyone to play that game because it's just a great game to play. And then you have the Blacklight Retribution game. So how are those doing per se on that free-to-play model on consoles? I'm not really sure. Dust 514 is another one, but that one may be flawed for other reasons. But, you know, Wilson was talking about that in the call, and he thinks that gamers have been trained by the media, you know, a la TV, books, music, and expect console games to be available at least to start for free, and then you pay later. So he said he is actively investigating that now, and who knows what may happen. Now, on consoles, free-to-play is much about play to win in the minds, free to pay to win in the minds of just the free-to-play players in general, just because of how most games have abused that type of thing. So I guess he must be really looking into this as almost like a trial thing, and I don't know, would you guys be interested in that? Because it's not like the PlayStation Plus hasn't already done trials. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the PlayStation Plus perk of being able to try 60 minutes free of a game, there's quite a few games up there I would have never played or haven't tried, or probably would have took longer for me to get into. I stopped buying card games a long time ago, not because they were trash or anything. I just needed to lower the light load on my gaming habits, and I just got uninterested with a lot of the games out except for Burnout. Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 60-minute trial, is what got me in, and now I love that game, and I've been playing card games. I know some of you who are subscribed to the channel, you see me sucking up the world in Grid with my race lines, and in Forza 5 and Forza Horizon 2 and Drive Club, you know, but I enjoy the racing again. So, you know, screw you if you don't like my racing lines. But in general, again, that's what got me into it. Now, the Persona 5 Arena, or is it Persona 4, whichever, I really want to buy that game, but I knew I couldn't buy it for reasons that were like, I don't want to say unbeknown to me, but I always felt like I couldn't get into the game at that point because I was already starting to make a transition out, and I was playing Virtua Fighter and etc, etc, etc. You know, so if they was to upgrade it or just port it over to the new console, I would have jumped on it. I was trying to find less reasons to turn on my PS3 once I crossed over. So that was one of the things that I didn't want to have me stuck turning it back on. And Wilson thinks that this is the future, this you know, free to start. And you know, you may bring up the call, the thing is like, well, what about the trials, or what about demos? Well, here's the thing about demos. Demos can be a very broad term. Demos could mean a lot of things. But I'll tell you what demos usually do for gaming. Demo is usually a piece of the game that they need to craft in order to get you to, one, buy into the story somewhat, two, teach you how to play their game before you actually get the game, or give you an idea or concept of how the controls will be, and three, it's never really the finished graphic stuff. So when I played the trial for Most Wanted, I was playing the actual game to see how you level up and how you progress and how you get the cars and how you do this, that, and the third. And I was sold, being chased and, getting those other cars from those top cars. Like, I was sold. I mean, I was having much fun in the game in general, and then boom, I just jumped into it. Borderlands helped me not buy that game because of how the game played. The controls on Borderlands was amazing. I do not take that away from it. What I found out was it wasn't a shooting game that I wanted to play because I don't like to do those type of activities in my shooter games. So that helped me not buy it, and I was going to spend the money on that game just to jump in. It's not a bad game, it's just not for me. So I don't think free to start would be a bad thing if it is similar to PlayStation's PS Plus trial, because you're playing the actual game. And a lot of games now have prologues just to teach you how to play their game. Now, Watch Dogs had it. I believe Dying Light has it right now. I believe the latest game, Shadow of Mordor, that I like to play, has it. And of course, driving game has it as well. So do you do a full download for that? I wouldn't want to do a full download for, by the way, Killzone Future Soldier also had it too. I mean, Shadow Falls had it as well too. I wouldn't want to download a 40 gigabyte game and then start playing it and realize through the prologue that I don't want it. However, for Xbox and PS4, I believe 2 to 4 gigabytes of the game you can play at that point, and by the time you get to that point of the game starts to turn up, that's usually about equivalent to a prologue. Watch Dogs did it to me when I downloaded it digitally, so in a way it kind of makes sense. In some cases I kind of wish it would be more than 2 hours. If it's something that's multiplayer based, I would love to have that 1 hour prologue, and then maybe the multiplayer is one map, level 5, or maybe 5 matches on a certain game mode or something, and you funnel everybody into that experience to let them talk about it, to let them think and coerce each other into buying it or not buying it. I don't know if that's going to be a reality check. And then I see some people who are already like shaming EA for this because they believe that it will pretty much cripple the market. I mean, they say hardcore gamers don't want this. I mean, the fact of the matter is the games are costing people to make, which is why they're getting they're getting rid of demos. Renting services not going up. GameFly is yet to provide a digital solution for renting games, which I said for over a decade now they needed to get on top of that. Again, I don't know. I don't see this as being a bad thing. For me, I can see how other people could just straight up just rip it apart for no reason without even considering what you benefit from it. If it's a multiplayer game only game, guess what? Or if it's only a game that has a campaign, you only know you're going to play the multiplayer, guess what? You get to try that now, the actual game. PlayStation Plus version of Drive Club, people were saying a glorified demo. Call it what you will, they was giving you the full game. You only had access to the one world and those 11 cars and etc, etc. And for me, that's not a bad deal on that game, and I'm pretty sure EA is not talking that out, because that would be that would be pretty bad. But then just think about it, right? If they did that with Battlefield 4 and you had, I don't know, the vanilla maps, and you couldn't progress past level 10, you couldn't lock anything past level 10, or whatever level, maybe two unlocks per thing that you could do, per class, per gun, per attachment, etc., right? And then you say you was doing it for about a month for whatever reason, because people was doing that on the Killzone free to play and the Uncharted free to play. And then when you buy it, how it works is it retrofits everything. One day you buy it, and the next time you load up that game, stuff just starts unlocking, and your progression goes up, etc., because the points are scaled based off of that. So I don't really see how it's a bad thing. And it does remind me of back in the days when I think it was Doom had something like that. Somebody I knew was saying like they did that, and you know, it sounds similar to that. Like you get a part of the game on a disc, you like it, you send out to get the actual code, and then they send you back the actual game. I think that was the original idea of shareware or something like that. And it also can help you make smarter purchases with your digital games, if we're just going to bring it up to this day. So, I don't know. I'm not up for banning it. I think it's because it's EA saying it. People have a problem. Some people want to call it a demo. And I'm not going to get into what a demo means to you versus what it actually means and what the industry says that it means. So, you know, there's been an article before on both GameSpot and IGN talking about why the developers are not really into making demos, because it costs them time and resources to try to jam pack something in there in order for you to learn and get the idea of their game. And they put in stuff in the game that isn't really there. I remember, what game did I play? I think it was Heavy Rain that I want to call out, where that part wasn't how it happened in the game. The final game wasn't how it happened in the demo, but the demo got me enough excited to purchase the game based on what they were trying to sell me, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have got it. So now that's an example of a successful game, of a successful demo. Then I played, I think it was one of these Def Jam ones, and that was just terrible. Then I played a EA game. I think it was Army of Two, the last one that came out. And that demo, again, a partial demo designed for me to play that I didn't like. I really didn't like it. And yes, it's not the final game. Come to find out, I liked it a little bit more once my cousin put the game in my hand. Will I go back and get it? No, because we all know what generation that is on. I just played that game in the last 3 months. The last 4 months, sorry. The final game was in my hand in the last 4 months. That game came out in like 2013, I think. It's actually not that bad. But hey, the demos would I had to make a judgment call based on the demo. So, anyway, you let me know what you think. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think people just upset because EA is investigating it. But if Activision was doing it too, would you be mad if they let you play Destiny? That's a low blow, but I don't care. Your boy Snow. Leave comments in the below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out. We're on the web. Links in the description below. You already know. Your boy Snow, and I'm out. 1.